What's up, people? It is 7 something. We wanted to leave at 7 a.m. I think it's like 7:24 right now. But we're on our way to the track right now. Running a bit behind, but I think we'll be fine. I don't have tire warmers, so I'm not particularly worried. But yeah, today's the Saturday track day in practice, so we'll see how it goes. Keep you guys posted. All right, it's just after 9:30 right now. We're only running 3 groups today, so we're not running the regular track day group. So it's going to be expert, amateur, and then lightweight, 20-minute sessions each. So we're just starting now. Like I said, it's like 9:37, I think. So we're getting ready to go out. Just went through tech, got everything done, got some of my new stickers because since I fucked up my bike last time, needed new stickers. So let's get her going. I'm gonna be running in the amateur class as I did last time. So yeah, I'll regroup after that one, let you guys know how it goes. All the bros are gonna be running in the same group today, so I'm excited. We haven't rode together, all of us haven't rode together in a little bit, so it's gonna be a good day. I just finished second session so far. I'm not at all happy with the way I'm riding. I feel like I look like I've never rode a bike before. I've never been on this track, and I'm really struggling with like the tight chicane, and I don't know, in the back of my head I keep thinking I'm gonna low side in the double apex corners, which usually I love, but I just keep thinking that that my leaning goes too much when it's clearly not. So not really happy. Probably gonna ask a few people to show me more lines and help me because I'm really unhappy with how this is going. Second.
Yo!
We're at 2 right now, I think.
Say hi. What's up, dude? I gotta pivot my chair.
Ew. Ew. Can you grab my shoulder? No.
Can I get them now?
There's a cobweb on my motorcycle. I want to sell it. Jesus fucking Christ. Everything is so hot. I feel like I'm gonna fucking die. It's like 100 degrees. Alright, I'm going to do a bit of a voiceover here just because the parts where I do talk on the track is mainly me swearing, so it's not that great of entertainment, a little bit. Also, my visor makes this look like I'm in Mexico, like, you know, like those little Mexico filters, which I think is so funny. So you guys are probably wondering, but I'm going to come up to pretty high speeds here and then go down to an immediate stop. So this is not something I normally do, and I'm doing it because I had brake failure this weekend. I had brake failure all of the Saturday practice, and I talk a bit about this later, but I ended up completely having to switch out my brake pads because they were crystallized. Why they were crystallized, I have no idea, because I have brand new brake fluid that was consistently bled before. I think I bled it twice. Once when I first noticed the issue, when I did a little practice track day, and then once afterwards. And then I also have brand new steel Cormoto brake lines that I just installed. So I was like, huh. And then I had gotten SBS racing brake pads, so they were made to withstand high heat and like track conditions. So yeah, I was a bit confused about that. All of my friends were confused as well. What caused that? I don't know. I'm trying to open a claim with them right now, but I'm waiting for them to get back to me. So hopefully they do, so we can resolve that. Also, I just want to get a few things straight and clarify some things. So, first of all, I have never been on this track before, and this is a really technical track. It's quite small. I believe it's just over a mile, but it's a pretty technical track. It's hard to learn. There's lots of sharp corners that are really complicated. And two, it was also over 100 degrees this day. Like I was mentioning in the previous videos, and even in before I go out to the track, you can see me bitching about the heat and like just groaning because I'm so hot. One, I'm a complainer, so I'm not gonna live that down, but it's okay. But yeah, so imagine how like hot the track temp was for that. Everything was just hot. My boots don't have like vents, if that makes sense, so there's no like air circulation in my feet. Like, they're close to the track. Like, it's hot, I'm hot, everything's hot, the bike's hot. So yeah, and like I mentioned, 3 brake failure all of Saturday. So I would want my bike to be in mint condition, ready to roll when I'm coming to a new track. But when your brakes just start locking up on the straight every time, and then you're like rear fishtails, it's just a really bad combination in my opinion. So social media is usually pretty much a highlight reel, which is one of the things that I pretty much hate the most about it. But I'm not afraid to show where I'm doing really poorly, and I recognize that my times were really slow this weekend in Deming. And trust me, like, I beat myself up about that so much, especially in my races. Like, I was just super frustrated. Like, I was sitting in the pits all pissed off after every single practice because I'm like, wow, like, I'm one of the slowest people out there, even on like a 600. Like, the people on the smaller bikes are beating me. Like, trust me, I was hating myself all that weekend. So no one can criticize me more than I can criticize myself. And it would be super easy for me to glamorize it and be like, no, I had like a really great weekend. But that's just not the truth. Like, I just didn't, and I'm okay with admitting that. It's definitely a learning moment, and I mean, we all have those. We're all gonna have like really good weekends or really bad weekends, or sometimes ones that are just okay. In my case, honestly, this probably wasn't even a bad weekend, even though I'm saying it was for me. Like, yes, my lap times were slow. The bike wasn't there. I felt like I wasn't there. I was really in my head about things. But at the end of the day, I walked away with, no damage to me or my bike, which, sometimes that's the bare minimum, right? But that's like the best you can hope for in a situation, especially like a track and race weekend. So, but watching this back, I know definitely some areas where I can pick up speed and trust my bike a bit more. Since I've low sided a couple times pretty recently, I've just been in my head that that I am just leading my bike too much, and that I'm low siding because I don't have enough tire, or like I'm blipping my throttle or something like that. So I've been trying really hard to fix my body positioning to kind of make up for that, because I would love to just use my body more than my bike and just reduce my lean angle. That would be my goal, because just too much lean angle is just asking to low side, and I've definitely figured that out a few times. Honey. Looking at this part of the track in general, this is like their little, what I call their mini straight before the big one. And I really wish that I would have gotten into a higher gear on this straight and at least took this next corner right here in second, but I kept going down to first because I felt like I was going too fast. Well, I definitely wasn't going too fast, and I could have picked up a lot of speed, especially on this really long corner, and already been coming into this big straight now in a higher gear. I really wish I would have changed that. Since I was having brake failure, though, this was a bit tough for me to do, to get into like a really high gear on this straight. So my brakes would end up just locking up if I was trying to brake super hard So normally I do brake really hard and I'm pretty aggressive with it. So that was a change for me, and I was trying to adjust to that, and I ended up having to brake way earlier than I usually would, or I just wouldn't get the maximum potential out of that straight, which was really sad for me. This next corner I struggled with so much because it kind of shoots out and out of nowhere, and then you just have to cut in to get the line. So I'd be like, oh, road, and then I'd be like, no road, and then up comes the big gap, and then I'm like, okay. So I was trying to follow a bunch of different people and see where they were hitting that. Ultimately, I didn't really like the way I was hitting it after trying to follow their lines, so I didn't really adjust my line for the better there until race day, which kind of sucked. So yeah, there was also that big crack in the middle of the road, which is really tough to drive on, especially if you're kind of like hauling ass through it. So I wish I would have stayed more to the outside of that crack and then it came in through the corner. I feel like that would have made me swing it a bit more, but I don't know. I definitely know that for next time to watch out for that. Also, kind of tangent, our weekend in Deming was interesting from the start. So we had a good drive over there, super chill, super fun, and we get there and we're like, let's put our shit in the hotel, right? And then let's go find somewhere to eat. Well, we ended up having to go to 3 places just to like find something to eat, which was really funny because like where my friends and I are from Tucson, so it's like, you know, oh, like we have so many options. In Deming, there is literally nothing. Like we were debating buying a whole ass grill at one point and being like, let's just cook in the parking lot of the hotel, right? And then the hotel was another thing because it's like, oh, like we want to go in the pool after, you know, a long day at the track when it's going to be so hot. We knew it was going to be hot. So we're like, let's pay a little extra and get a hotel with a pool. Well, no, as soon as we get there, they're like, pool's closed for renovations, sorry. And then we end up finding out the hotel next to us had a pool and we didn't know that. So it was just funny. And the first place we ended up going to eat out of the restaurants, like we tried to get some drinks and they were just so watered down. Like it was kind of pathetic, but also like funny. Like you can't just like, you know, you just gotta laugh about the situation. It was just amazing. And like bugs crawling on us in the restaurant, and they didn't want to serve us, so they were kind of, I don't want to say they were kind of trying to boot us out, but they were definitely trying to boot us out. We didn't have like a large table. We had 5 people, but they thought that was a really big table. But they would be like really attentive to like the other couple of tables in there, and then they just wouldn't come over to us at all until we finally just like got up and we're like, yeah, we're ready to like pay for the drinks and leave, like so it was just eventful. Yeah, and then when we were at the hotel, it was like 11 p.m. The hotel parking lot was about half empty, and we get a call in the room. We're like, what the fuck? Like, why is someone calling us at 11 p.m.? No one ever calls us in a hotel room. Like, that's just weird, right? Pick it up, and the receptionist was like, you gotta move your truck and trailer. And we're like, okay, like, yes, we parked. We're taking up about like 3 to 4 spots with the trailer. We're like, okay, like, I get it. But it's like there was no one in the parking lot, and she's like, we're fully booked, you gotta move. We're like, what do you mean we have to move? There's so many open places, I don't want to move. So yeah, and then I think from there we just ended up ordering pizza the second day and ate that the whole weekend. So it was just really fun, grand times. So no one died of a heat stroke, although I think definitely a few of us were close, so a win is a win. Anyways, back to actual track things. Here, I was pitting. I was done. I was topped out. I was hot as fuck. I was ready to get off the track. I was tired. I was angry. And I just needed to get out, because whenever I ride upset, I just do 10 times worse. Or, like, if I just repeatedly make mistakes and then I just stay out there, like, it's gonna end in me low-siding. Like, that's just how it goes. So I'm like, oh, it's time for me to get off the track and just like chill for a little bit and wait till next session.
It is way too fucking hot. I am like literally gonna pass out.
So So just finished out the day. I ended up having some brake problems. That's kind of a more complicated story. I'll explain that in a bit. But the whole day, you know, brakes weren't there, so I really felt like I couldn't push it all day. But, you know, nothing, bike's fine, I'm fine. Nothing happened all day, so I just felt really slow. Tonight we're gonna try to work on my brake pads, switch them out, light them on fire to, you know, see if there's something wrong with them, if it is my pads or if it's something else, but I'm almost guaranteeing it is. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Day definitely didn't go how I wanted to, but that's okay. I definitely felt like I was one of the slowest people out there, especially for the amateur class, but you know, like, it's a learning experience. It's my first time at this track, so it's all I can do. All right, y'all, it is Sunday morning. I just finished my first practice. So last night with the brake pad issue, we figured it out. So my brake pads were crystallized, so they weren't like gripping to the rotor, so I wasn't able to like really brake hard at all yesterday. Swapped it out. Luckily, one of my friends had a ZX6 as well, so we just took their pads and put them on my bike, and bike feels like $1 million now. Crazy how that works. So like I said, just finished the first practice. Practice is only 10-minute sessions for the day, and we get 2. And then we have our riders meeting and the races start. The 2 races that I'm in, which is beginner and women's, they might combine them. Either way, they're in the beginning of the day, first half of the day. So we'll see how they go. I'm feeling a lot better today, so thank God. All right, I didn't do well this weekend, and that's totally fine because it just is what it is. You know, I didn't crash at all. Bike and me are in one piece, so that's honestly the biggest win that I can take right now. So anyways, didn't finish good. The women's, I got 5th out of 8. Beginner, I either got last place or second to last, but you know, it's part of moving and advancing and learning. So, you know, it is what it is. Just have to keep at it. I'm definitely gonna do more drills when I get back. I'm really struggling with like trusting my bike right now, and my tires and my lean angle, just because I have low sided the past 2 times just from overthinking it. So we'll see how it goes, get back at it. But homie got a win in the beginner, so that's pretty fucking awesome. So we're definitely gonna celebrate that.